Hello, and welcome to Stompboxing, a podcast about guitar pedals and whatever else. I'm Dan,
I'm Carlos.
and today we're talking about our current pedal boards. So last episode, we kind of talked about our first pedals and kind of our pedal journeys, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
We both dabbled in some multi-effects that helped us branch out in a good way, and then you went back to it, kind of.
And I tried to grab you into it, and you resisted.
Failed, yeah.
But yeah, so this is the end of the journey. These are our final pedal boards. We will never change anything again.
This is gonna be the last episode too, because we've perfected everything.
Yeah.
So I'll go first, I think. So it was somewhere in the pandemic, maybe 2021 or something like that. I decided to quote unquote like professionalize my pedal board more, because I'd been using. My dad made me a board with a case he found at a thrift store, which is great and served me well. But it's wood, and so it's a little bit heavy sometimes. I guess maybe not that heavy, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So I went with the Pedal Train Classic Junior, which is a great size. It can fit a lot, but not too much. So I guess should we just go by signal chain? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
Makes sense, yeah. So straight from guitar into the JHS Unicorn, which is the Univibe, which we still haven't figured out what exactly it is. But I love it. I have that mostly set on just the wet setting, so there's no dry signal. So it's just the the vibrato-y kind of thing, and like a pretty deep and slow kind of throb. And then there's a with the volume too. So, it kind of like drives the overdrives too, so it can be a little like solo boost sometimes.
Okay.
And then in a country band I play in, I use that as my kind of phaser as well. I'll flip it to the wet and dry, and then it does a pretty good phaser for that. But yeah, that's a pedal I've been using for a long time. I recently bought a second one because I was at a rehearsal and thought mine broke. Should have done more troubleshooting, but I had a gig coming up shortly, and I was just like, I found one. There was one that just got listed at Chicago Music Exchange, used, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it. And then the same problem happened to that one, and then I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. It was fine. So now I have two. So I might put the other one on my small board now.
Okay.
Because
you can just do stereo Univibe.
Okay. Now it's stereo is something I've only done a couple times, and only I wasn't doing like many proper stereo effects really. It was just like
sure.
I had like a Fender or my Milkman, I guess, and then I used to have a little 5-watt Swart, so like the combination of those was really cool.
Okay,
but this is not a podcast about amps.
Yeah.
And then after the Univibe, it goes to the Greer Lightspeed, which is I think my newest pedal. It's like a low gain, quote unquote, transparent drive, whatever.
Yeah.
But it sounds amazing. The first time I got it, nice. I played a weekend of shows with Dave Zolo, who's an Iowa piano player, kind of roots rock, bluesy Americana kind of guy. I clicked it on at soundcheck, and then it was like, all right, well, this is just going to stay on the whole weekend because it just adds
nice
a little bit of color, a little bit of hair. Just sounds great.
Nice. So is it just 3 knobs?
Yep, it's just volume, drive, and frequency. And I forget if there's something different about the frequency sweep or not. I know some, like I used to have the Brown Pro or the Atom, which is like the
that's right,
the Nobels thing. Or that I think that's like got like a reverse tone pot or something like that. That's
so like a Rat.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That pedal took me a while to dial in.
Okay.
And I had it dialed in for a while, and then I just stopped liking it at some point. It was just like, all right, I heard it in a different way, and I was like, this just doesn't feel the same like it used to.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say, and then I moved the knobs and I couldn't get it back or something. But it's like, no, nothing changed.
No, it's just
don't like
I don't know. Something in my life must have changed externally, but Yeah. And then after the Greer Lightspeed is the Earthquaker Devices Westwood, which is a similar. I think they call it a translucent.
Right.
But that one's nice because it's a little higher gain than the Lightspeed, so it's kind of building those gain stages. And it's got a 2-band EQ, which is nice and versatile. Another is really solid sounding drive. And that with the Lightspeed combined is like, just a really solid. I'm not a super gainy player, so that really works for me. And that was I've had that pedal a long time too. And it's been kind of on and off boards. I have a second one on my small board as well. there was a brief moment I had two Westwoods
on the same
board. Yeah. Doing the Trey Anastasio thing because he has 2 tube screamers. I was trying that.
I see. Yeah, I think I scolded you.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did. and I think it made it like 1 gig, and it was like, well, this is kind of cool, but also feels a little stupid, a little bit of a waste.
I think my feedback was just like, this is boring.
It is a little,
like just get another. I mean, just options are fun.
Yes.
Like colors are fun. Different drawings on the pedals are fun. Why would you have 2 that look the same?
I did get a green Lightspeed, so it would match the green of the Westwood, and that's the next after the Westwood is the 29 pedals. Is it Flower? FLWR. There's
follower. I don't know. Floor.
Yeah, floor.
Floor.
And that's like an overdrive. I guess that's the closest thing I've ever had to a fuzz, really, because it can get pretty fuzzed out.
Yeah.
That one, I've got it as the highest gain stage.
Okay.
And I had moved it. It was at the beginning of my chain for a while, and I was struggling to integrate it, or like wasn't stacking well with other pedals. And then I think I read on some forum somewhere about putting it after the drives because it's got a bunch of headroom, and when it's there, it that really helps it to kind of work well with other pedals. But it's still I've got. It's really sensitive, like volume and gain knobs, or the taper, or maybe is something where it just like, I feel like it takes off really quick. And then it's got like 3 switches for like different clipping diodes and different drive or different
I've had
gain or whatever.
I've had Jamie, like the builder, explain that pedal to me, and I still it was still like it's so cool that it's so you. Like it's almost like. So you only have knobs for volume and gain.
Yeah,
right?
Volume and gain. They're super tiny too.
Yeah,
they're like.
Yeah.
I painted. I painted white out on the lines too.
Yeah. But I like the idea of like it's almost like you like mod.
Yeah.
A pedal with the switches, and then you just leave it like that.
Yeah. I think that's why he made those knobs so small too, is because he would. I think I saw him talk about like how he wants you to like listen instead of just like set the dial where. But then on a bandstand, it's like I really like to see where the actual line is.
And like the idea with the switches was like, okay, it's kind of like you choose this first and then you adjust this other thing, but like I don't know, there was something on the layout where it was just super confusing. But I really like his stuff. We'll get into that later.
And it's just like it's like a super unique looking pedal too. It's like I've never seen one shaped like that. It fits nicely in the little spot above my volume pedal, which is great. So it's kind of like almost by necessity that it's got to be that one.
Nice.
They make a fuzz too that I've been thinking about trying.
Yeah, the Toki.
And swapping out, maybe. But like I said, the flower gets plenty fuzzy too.
Well, and especially like if you start stacking things, you're definitely into fuzz territory.
I'm trying to think if there's ever a time I would play all 3 gain stages. Probably just to mess around, but practically probably not. Depends on the gig, I guess.
Are you usually like combining drives, or are you choosing which one?
I'd say usually combining, because it's either usually if I'm it's either like I'm just clean, no pedals, or just just a light speed as like a bass tone, and then I might just click on the Westwood usually as like for distortion. But there are I feel like there are sometimes where I'll do just the Westwood just to cull it back a little bit, because it has a different kind of color. It's a little bit I don't know, woofier than the light speed.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still feel like gain stages have been a lifelong struggle for me.
Well,
or not struggle, just like
that
I
is
just
always. Well, that is. I feel like gain is, and here we would also include like amps. It's like it's still such a core part of what guitar sounds like.
I think you have to find like what works for you, like.
But also meaning like there are exceptions, but usually with other effects, it's like, oh, this is my tone plus reverb plus modulation, while like distortion, overdrive, all this stuff, and like all the combinations and your amp, like that is your tone. So it feels like you can obsess over it way more than like. I mean, I'm sure that some people are like, oh no, but like this chorus sounds a tiny bit different than this other chorus. But to me, it's like that's just. It's almost like what topping do you want on the pizza, right? But like distortion is like
is the crust.
What kind of crust?
Yeah,
right? Like so like or like the temperature in the oven or stuff like that. Like that really affects the pizza, right?
Town pizza.
Yeah.
So then after the flour, so that's 4. I'd also experimented with the Univibe after the drives before too, because I know like I feel like was it maybe Hendrix did it before drives or something like that. Or some people just
that sounds right.
Just like swear by it too. And then I tried it and I was like, all right, that's kind of sweet. I mean, it's not that big of a difference really, but it helps. It helps for the for the boosting the the line.
That's cool.
Into the drive pedals.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, and I think also like the way you're describing how you're using it, it kind of makes sense. Where it's like because it's like all wet.
Yeah.
It's almost like this is instead of my guitar tone, like going into whatever else. Right?
Yeah. Then after that, after the drives is I go into my volume pedal, the Layla mono volume. I got the small one a couple years ago. I had the normal big Layla, and it feels bad to spend almost $300 on a volume pedal, but it's
Jesus Christ. I didn't know that's how much.
It's so good though. It's like it's the best. It's built like a tank. It's got a great taper to it. It's got magnets, so there's no string like the Ernie Ball. Like it's not going to break down. German engineering at its finest.
Yeah. Do you want me to be a jerk about your pronunciation of?
Yeah, please. Layla.
So I would say it's Lele.
Lele. Oh yeah. I took German in high school, so I should know that.
Yeah. So just like the two, I would say the two vowels are the same.
Okay.
Just the first one is longer, but because of the H.
The H, yeah.
But I wonder what, because I've heard other Americans say like do the second vowel a bit more open.
Yeah. It's the song. It's the.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely not Layla.
But they make a lot of cool other like utility pedals too, like stereo splitters and stuff, and like it's all like really
it's the kind of brand where you look at the stuff and it's like, oh my god, this is so boring. Why would anybody buy this? And then when you actually need the thing, they have the thing, and like anybody who you ask, they will say, oh no, this is the best one.
I know James Edel at the University of Iowa. He's a sound engineer there, and we did some recording there. And I think he had like a Lele splitter because I did stereo with recording, and he was like swearing by it. And like the volume pedals are like they're amazing, and I also love volume pedals. So I want some.
Yeah. No, I think in your case, it totally makes sense.
I had the Ernie Ball for a while with the string, maybe a couple.
Yeah.
And then the second time the string broke, I was just like, no, I'm not. This is a pain. And then tried the Fender ones. And they would last for a while, and then just eventually they just like they get loose, and then it's just not. Yeah, and then the Leilas, it's just they're amazing.
Yeah, because you are riding it.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah,
almost like a pedal steel player kind of.
Yeah,
And then I have the tuner coming direct out of the volume pedal.
Okay, wait, sorry, so the volume pedal is coming after the Univibe?
After the Univibe and the drives.
Yeah. Sorry, because we talked about
Sorry, I went
maybe
back.
putting the Univibe after it drives. I lost track. Interesting. Okay, so why volume there and not before the drives?
It's so the character of the drive doesn't change when you put the volume down. So it's almost like a master volume for the drives, because if you get less signal going into the drives, they clip differently. So you get that same kind of breakup if you're
okay. So you want the same sound
volumes,
but just quieter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I really just volume pedal is just, I use it mostly for swells, so it's not like I have little notches along the way where I have like solo volume and rhythm volume, but sometimes it's like I'll need to take it down, and then I still have the drive I need.
Yeah. No, and I think sometimes like when you're doing a swell, there are still some notes that are in between.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah. I guess I hadn't thought about that. Like, it also makes sense that even for the swells, depending on the drive that you had, it will probably change how the swell feels.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's going to be compressing in different ways.
Yeah.
While if you have it after all the drives, then the feel is always going to be the same.
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha.
So then tuner out of the pedal direct. So the tuner's just always on.
Okay.
So I guess I still would put the volume down while I'm tuning, but
if you forget what note you're playing, you can look at the tuner like, oh, that is an F sharp.
There are sometimes where I'm like holding a chord and it's like, oh, and then I see the tuner being like, you got to fix that, man. I know like pedal steel players do that just because, I mean, they're always,
okay.
I mean, the intonation,
sure.
Obviously they have no frets. So,
yeah.
And then after the volume pedal, it goes to, I guess my newest pedal, the Chase Bliss Lost and Found.
Oh yeah.
Which is a multi-effect. It's kind of like, I'm still finding my way with it. I have some settings I'll go back to. I do this thing where I get a new pedal, I dig into it, like when I get it new for like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Find some cool sounds, and then I stop exploring.
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like that's, especially for pedals that are confusing. I think
there's a lot in it. And so, because it kind of took the place of the mood.
Oh wait, so the mood is out of your board?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Because the Lost and Found does some of the things the mood does. Not quite the same. It doesn't do the micro looping, but I found I wasn't using the micro loop as much as I.
Interesting.
As much as I thought I might, and I moved the mood so I have a little satellite board.
We can get into that at the end.
So it's on there if I need to tack it on the end for a gig.
Cool.
Yeah, but the Lost and Found, so it's like there's two sides to it. Each side has 3 different effects, and within those 3 effects, there's like a modified knob. So there's 12 effects basically.
Yeah. But you have to choose 2.
Yes, but you can also so the Chase Bliss pedals have those dip switches on the back too.
Yeah,
which that's a whole other world that is scary to me. But there's one setting where you can like duplicate like either the left and right. So you could do like you could do like 2 different delays, and then you can do them in parallel. You can feed one into the other. It's like there's a lot it can do.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't really delved into that, but I got it because it has a synth engine in it too. Yeah,
which for some reason, when did this come out?
Last year, I think. Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, like I remember knowing that it came out, and I guess I read like what it did or something. But like when you got it, you posted some video where you were doing the synth thing, and I was like, "What is that? What?" Just going mentally through like. your effects. And then when you told me it's the lost and found, I was like, it does that? What?
Yeah, I'm still trying to tame it a little bit because, well, the all wet synth is like way louder than everything else.
Oh
which
yeah,
is
you told me about
kind of
this.
frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I dialed in a little bit of I added some dry signal back into it and kind of tried and tame it.
Yeah.
And then I think I on the other side have like a reverb too to help kind of soften out a bit. Also, it's not like it doesn't track super quick. It's more for like slower like pad stuff, which is fine for a lot of the music I make. And it's fun too. I was messing with it the other night. We've been playing these like poetry jams. So these poets will come up and then with a guitar bass drum trio will like improvise behind them. And I turned the synth on for one. Just because it's fun to have different sounds too. It's like for a gig like that, it's like I kind of just whip something up and since it doesn't track super fast, it doesn't always grab what you're playing. But then sometimes if you play a note just long enough or whatever, it'll grab it. And so it's this fun like this like randomness to it.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that, I'm still finding practical uses for it. But then it's also got like a cassette tape emulation kind of thing, like a glitchy kind of thing.
Nice.
It's got just a normal like chorus too, and also it varies from normal to crazy, like all their pedals. They have such a wide range. It's got some crazy phaser that I forget how many. It's like a crazy number of phases. I don't. Or steps like or steps or stages, whatever. Yeah. Like a 64 step phaser or something. Truly, it's like. And there's like alternate functions where you can change that stuff too, but to make it more normal. But kind of the main thing I use it for is this like octave up delay, which I would use on the mood as well. And you can kind of feather that in to taste, and like I said, I'm still finding my way with it, but it's fun to have some options and like sounds I know are going to be good, and then I can always try some stuff out. Another green pedal too. I have a lot of green pedals. Which makes me happy.
It's good. Yeah, it's a nice color.
And then after the Lost and Found, we go to the Strymon Volante, which is their like kind of like drum head delay emulator, like the Benson Echo Rec kind of thing.
Yeah,
like tape delay too. Kind of like David Gilmour, Pink Floyd-y kind of thing.
Yeah,
among many others. But that pedal that's probably, I don't know, might be my favorite pedal. It like always sounds good.
Oh wow. Okay.
Kind of similar. So I remember when I first got it, I was messing around. Kind of made this setting. So there's 8 buttons on the face where you can
which are
like the tape heads, and then like the feedback or whatever. So it's super adjustable and customizable. And I found this one delay setting, and then it was like, all right, this is my delay setting now, and I use that truly on like 90% of the music I play. It's like,
whoa, okay.
There's some tunes where it's like, where it's too much because it's pretty washy, but with like songwriters that I play with, it's subtle enough. There's a little tape warble in it too, so you get some chorusy stuff going on.
So with the heads, like, are you programming like, or I guess I never been able to get along with anything with like multi tap delays. I think because like if I try to use it rhythmically, then it feels like it has to be very intentional. And if I'm trying to do a more washy thing, then the repeats are kind of too rhythmic for me. I mean, even if we just go to like tap tempo delay, like, do you adjust it so that it matches your tempo, or do you just let it?
There's a couple songs with the band River Glen that I'm in that I definitely do tap stuff in because it'll should get like a dotted eighth or whatever kind of thing, or I guess quarter depending on the song. But or like the Another Brick in the Wall, that kind of thing too. I think I made a preset that was like that I can pull up if I need that kind of dotted eighth thing, and then just use the tap tempo button. But like my main delay, I don't really ever tap that. That's just because you can also change the tape head to like be a softer attack, so it's like half the volume,
Okay.
which is great because it definitely takes a lot of that staccato or the harshness of the repeats away.
Yeah.
That main delay is just, it's not set to a tempo, but it
Okay.
always, and there's a couple songs too actually where it is in time just randomly, and it's just like, that's great.
Gotcha.
That always feels
Yeah.
good. And then I use that as so that also has I guess 8 presets too, because all those tape head buttons, you can hold the middle foot switch down and pick 8 different presets,
Wow.
which is a lot.
Nice.
And it's kind of a pain to switch. It's not, you have to bend down every time, but so usually on the, just with the knobs set as they are, is its own sound too, and that's usually just like a simple quarter note, like a subtle quarter note delay, just to give it a little space, nothing extreme. And then also the Volante is a great looper, which I use a lot for just soundscapey kind of things. I don't really do much timed looping with that one, because it scares me anyway. So just like, but and then the loop takes on the tape age and character in a really cool way.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There's a bunch of parameters you can change where it's like, like it'll age the tape more slowly or really fast, and it'll like disintegrate in a cool way.
Nice.
And then it goes forward, backward. There's like a low, medium, high speed, so you can change the speed three different ways.
Is it just normal, double, half?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's super versatile that way.
That is nice, because I feel like in the Line 6 tradition, you have to
think ahead. Yeah,
right, because like if you're recording already in the full speed and then you want to go faster, you can't. You have to start on the half speed and then go up.
Or you just switch down and then record over it and kind of but then you get the low stuff too still, so it's
you have to just know what you're gonna do, or be okay with not knowing.
And this is cool. So the loop on here, when I first got the pedal, I made some, this is again during COVID, I made some EP at home with basically just the Volante. Or maybe I even borrowed it from my friend Brian Smith. And then I bought it after that. I think that was right. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, when you write a whole EP with one pedal, seems like you should buy it.
Because I set up a loop, and then I think I'd read the manual that the tape will the loop will eventually like decay out. The tape will. So I think I let it go for like 12 minutes, and it was getting hairier, but then I found out you could like change the setting to make it happen faster or whatever. But it sounds really musical, really great. It can do, it does everything. It always sounds good. And then after that is the Strymon Flint, which the Flint and the Volante have been pretty. There was a time where I switched to the Keeley Zoma, I guess, for a little bit. Yeah, because that had the vibrato in it, but then I just found I didn't. I don't know. So there's something about the sine wave or the tremolo wave on the Flint that just sounds so. And the fact that you can change the tremolo and there's 3 different tremolos, 3 different reverbs, and on the Zoma you're kind of, it's just 3 total settings that. Because there's like a spring and a plate, but anyway. So it's the Flint's a little more customizable that way.
Do you use like all 3 on each side, or?
Lately I've been mostly on the reverb is a 60s, which is a spring, a 70s is a plate, and then 80s is like kind of that digital. I think maybe the Lexicon kind of thing.
Something like that.
And I've been mostly using the 80s. I really like that sound. And then I'll adjust depending on the song. Sometimes I'll have it really washed out and long tail, but there's some about that 80s rack sound that just works.
Yeah, can't you almost do like Frozen?
Yeah, you can.
Like if you
turn the decay all the way up, it'll get
on the 80s
almost like a freeze.
Yeah.
And then on the tremolo side, the harmonic trem is really great on that pedal too.
Nice.
And then there's just the normal like regular sine wave kind of amp trim, which again sounds the most natural to me. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it has I think it's the photo cell trim, which is like a square wave, so you can get that kind of like
the choppier.
Yeah, you turn the intensity all the way up, and then you can like volume swell in this helicopter kind of thing, which is fun. Yeah, that's the end. That goes to the amp, and then I had recently shuffled things around because the Flint used to be before the Volante, yeah.
Okay.
And then I went Flint, Volante, and then Mood, and then to amp. But then I redid it and put the Flint at the end. So if I ever do want to go stereo, it's got stereo out because the Mood. I have the Mood Mark One that is not stereo.
Oh,
so I see. There's a little bit of versatility there.
Sorry, before I forget. Yeah, so on the Flint, are you running reverb into tremolo or tremolo into reverb?
I'm pretty sure.
You don't know.
I'm pretty sure I switched it to tremolo into reverb a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I still like that. Yeah, it was because tremolo at the very end. I mean, it's like an amp, but I kind of like I like the reverb being the be all end all.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and then that's it.
Except
and then there, yes. So I used to have the Lion 6 deal for the Mark 1. I had that for years and then sold it recently, but I got the Mark 2, kind of an impulse buy, of course.
Yeah.
But it's a good deal smaller than the Mark 1. It's got double the delays. And I think it's got reverb too that I haven't even investigated.
Yeah, I remember that there's some like hidden parameter or something.
But I honestly mostly use that for another looper too, because it's a more like kind of clinical looper than the Volante, which sometimes works better for what I need. And then it's also fun to have multiple loops too, because then you can kind of mix stuff in and out. And then before that is I put the Mood on that board, so another loop on there, and then the Mood is a cool like reverb delay micro looper, but a lot more. I have that kind of high octave up reverse delay on that, and like a super long tail delay, and then like a super long reverb kind of thing as my main sounds. And that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm done. Yeah, and I'm done. And that's it's at the end of the line. I'm out of money, so it's
nice. All right. I guess
it's your turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Bare your soul.
So I mean, I should probably start by saying that I use my pedal board on a keyboard stand.
This is true.
Which
you kind of look down on me for using my feet.
I mean, honestly, now that I'm so used to it, it feels a bit barbaric to like I'm gonna like use my shoes on this, like
my muddy feet.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of started like with Wombat for like free improv stuff. Like
it makes sense. It's like because if you're gonna use them as like tools, it's like you want it to be there.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be like twisting the knobs constantly, it's like I don't want to be on the floor.
Even like Nels Klein has he has
he has like some up, some
he has like a big board on the floor, and then kind of the stuff he really wants to manipulate is on that little side table, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I think that's the way to go. Or even like having something with like a switcher, and then have the switcher on the floor and the pedals on a stand. That would be great. But so if I'm feeling fancy, I start with the Yuna by 29 Pedals. Which
is that the buffer one?
Yeah.
Is that the pink one?
No, but mine is pink.
Okay.
The standard one is like
it's like navy blue,
a dark
or something.
Yeah, sort of like that, or like a dark turquoise. Yeah.
I think I played yours when I visited that one time.
To me, like it was pretty wild. Like, because I don't know. I mean, it feels like the kind of thing where it's just like, what is this thing?
It's one of those.
This is all just
It's like the utility stuff that's like really good, but
yeah.
yeah.
I don't like. I had heard about it, and like I've seen some videos. It's like, okay, so it's just kind of like a buffer and an EQ. Like, what's the deal? And I mean, it's not like ridiculously expensive, but it's not cheap. I think it's like two something. And then I was in Portland, just like checking out a bunch of guitar stores, and they had it. And yeah, I just plugged it in, and like, oh yeah, let's try this. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of cheating, but like if you turn like every filter on, it sounds so good.
I remember you saying it like felt like you got new pickups in your guitar or something like that, where it's like,
yeah,
it's just like,
yeah. It feels like, yeah, like whatever you're missing on your pickups, you're just like, oh yeah, give me a little bit more of this. But yeah, it feels so much faster than EQ, like because it's either just flat or like, do you want more of this or not, more of this or not, or more of that or not?
It's
like you only have three.
It's the same form
options.
Factor pretty much as the Flower, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does it have knobs at all?
Yeah, but no knobs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, and the great thing also is that it has an effects loop.
Oh, right.
It's very smart. So because some, especially fuzzes, don't like to have a buffer before them. Whatever you put in the loop, when you turn on and off the Una, you're basically deciding, you're kind of switching between whatever is in the loop or the Una.
Gotcha.
So so you can just turn off the Una and then it'll like go straight into your fuzz, without having to have like the fuzz before the Una or the fuzz after the Una, and then you have to remember to turn it off when you want to use the fuzz or something like that. So, so I don't know. I mean, now like there's still like one guitar that I really like, but I don't like the pickups. But I think I'm just going to like change the pickups. If I'm just playing live or something, I don't bring the Una, because then that has to be on the floor. So I need to basically run like an insert. So yeah, it's just a little bit more work. But if I'm recording stuff, I will use it. And even without the filters on, like I have done some tests with like even pre-short cables, like with and without the Una, and like it definitely sounds better with it. Or different. I mean, whatever.
You're gonna have me buying a Una here in a second.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's great. Then, so either in the effects loop of the Una, or is the first pedal, if I'm not using the Una, is the Great Destroyer that Ray talked about on the first episode. Sort of a distortion, but not really.
You had that like custom made, right? Is that one?
Well, that's the one that like no, that's the one that I built.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was like a kit.
That's right. Okay.
It's also interesting because I've never tried like a production unit.
Oh yeah.
So I have wondered sometimes, like,
it's a one of one.
Maybe if I try like a proper one, I'll be like, oh no, this one sounds different. Like I like mine because I did something wrong. Maybe. And actually, I've been thinking, so because Dwarfcraft Devices doesn't exist anymore. But there's people who make clones, and I've thought about hiring somebody to build me one, because mine, like, there's some weird stuff where like sometimes like the noises will like bleed, even though it's true bypass. Like there's been a couple of times where like I'm recording or something and there's this weird, very soft noise in the background. I couldn't figure out what it was, and then like I just take the power off that pedal and it's gone. So yeah, I don't know. There's like some weird like cross wiring thing happening. I'm assuming it's because I didn't use great cables or something. I don't know, like, or wires inside the pedal. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's the best thing that I found to just make crazy noises that are like super, I don't know, just really rich and like unpredictable, and you can still like play your guitar through it. So you have this like distorted version of your guitar fighting against whatever else is going on. It also reacts to your guitar, so you can like, if you move your volume or your tone knobs, or if you change the pickup selector, the noises also change.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great. And then after that, I go into a Nano Pog, I think. Is the smaller one? Not the. I think now there's one that is even smaller. But yeah, this is just like the 3-knob, kind of the size of like an MXR carbon copy or something like that. And yeah, so I mean,
is that octave up and down?
Yeah, octave up, octave down, and dry. Yeah, so like if I'm doing free improv, I just use it as it is, like going into the next pedals. And if I'm playing with the metal band, then I'm doing the dry keeps going through the rest of the pedals, and the affected. And then in that case, I'm only using the octave down is going into a separate input of the HX amp. But basically, so if I'm doing the one man metal guitar and bass thing, then that's where the signal splits, and that's my octave down.
Gotcha.
Then after that, it goes into a Moore Ana Echo, which is an analog delay. I think it's a clone of the Bose. I forget the number. It's just like their pink delay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what is that one?
DM2, I think it is. Yeah.
I was looking at that one for a while.
Yeah, so I still don't really understand like how the like on some of those older Japanese pedals, there's this weird thing with like Boss, Ibanez, and Maxon all have basically the same pedal. Yeah. I don't understand what was going on there. So I like Ibanez makes also a small pedal that size that I think is also pretty much the same thing. And
I think Bo Ramsey has the Maxon one of those.
Okay, yeah, I've tried one of those Maxons. Yeah, I tried one of those Maxons, and like it sounded super similar to this. But yeah, I think the Ana Echo is great. I mean, they're super cheap. I recently saw one in a guitar store for like $20, and I almost bought it, and I should have bought it because I just wanted another one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they are very cheap, but like it's still like a metal enclosure. I've never had any issues with it. And I move those knobs all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I've tried different delays, and I feel like to do what I do with it, which is a lot like using it almost as an oscillator, I think that's my favorite. Yeah. Like in terms of like how easily is feedbacks, feedback,
I would say, yeah.
Feedback, okay. And yeah, I don't know, just also like how musical it is when you change the speed, and like I don't know, you can get like sometimes like this very percussive, like weird, like
yeah, that's fun.
And it also sounds great, like even if you just want to use it as a slapback or something. And then from there, it goes into the custom pedal, which is made by Fuzzrocious. It's actually a combination of, I guess, 3 other pedals. Or like, I guess the middle one is kind of like you can still request it as a add-on to any other pedals if you're getting a custom. But yeah, so it's the Exag. It's hard to say. Which is have one knob for volume, and then you have like 3 options for like clipping.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a distortion, boost, overdrive. probably is my least favorite part of the custom pedal. And if I was doing it again, maybe I would request something different for that part. Because like it can be fun, but it's kind of weird, like how it behaves. Where the distortion setting I like, it can get super compressed. Like if you're running like slightly hotter pickups and you really dig in, it's like collapsing on its own, on itself. Like it's like it just cannot take all that sound. So it can be a very interesting sound, and like in free improv, it can be cool to just like have this like exploding speaker thing.
Yeah.
But for like a more rock thing, I would always have to like take down the signal somewhere before it. And then even the boost also, it is a boost, but then if you play harder, it also starts clipping. So I don't know. It's like very, very peculiar in a cool way, but then also in an annoying way sometimes. Then after that is a Green Ringer clone, which is the same as the Tentacle by Earthquaker Devices.
Oh, like the octave up thing?
Yeah. So
is that a fuzz too, or just octave up?
I mean, it's like an analog octave up, quote unquote. So it's like folding your wave in a way where like the first harmonic becomes much stronger. But it's still, it has all the things with octave ups or octave up fuzzes, where you have to play, if you want it very pronounced, you have to like switch to the neck pickup, play higher on the fretboard, and it is very much monophonic. Yeah. Like if you play two notes, I think there's something with like the harmonics of the two notes like clashing against each other. So it sounds almost like a ring mod.
Yeah, that's fun though.
Which I really like. I mean, I just love that sound where like you can, if you're playing single notes, it's this weird like, I don't know, like more pokey and like, also like kind of like fragile sound, and then you can have this like bizarre chords if you play multiple notes. It's also slightly gated.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun. And then after that is their 420 fuzz, which is this like just super like doomy fuzz. Sounds so good. Like I've compared it to other things. I've come close, but it's like, man, this just it really does the thing that it does. So it's like two fuzzes running in parallel.
Oh, cool.
You have no gain knobs. it's gain at max. They're both kind of gated, which I feel like I appreciated less.
I remember trying out a gated fuzz once at the shop. I think it was it was an Earthquaker one. I think the Golden Hoof or something. Maybe just the hoof, but. And I don't
think the hoof is that gated, but
whatever I was trying was gated. Yeah, so but it was freaking me out. It was like I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean, especially playing live in a loud band, it's just great to like be able to have so much gain and then you stop and it stops with.
It's
not like feeling.
When I like hear it on recordings, it's one of those things that's like, oh, like I see the application for this, but. In the moment playing, well, it's like playing with like compressors for me too, where it's like I hear it, but when I play it, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, every like 2 years, I go through a phase where I'm like, oh, I do like compressors, I want one, and then I try it for like a week, and I'm like,
I had that red Dynacomp in college for a little bit.
Oh yeah, which those are super like noticeable.
Yeah, yeah. I almost use it as like as a boost or a. Like a totally. Gain stage. It was hard to it was hard to tame for me.
Yeah. So it's that like these two fuzzes running in parallel. You have a blend between the two of them, and then also you have a clean blend.
Oh, cool.
So the whole thing. So I mean, it can also get really crazy if you start like stacking things, because you can have like a completely distorted tone going into this, so you can have like the distorted plus the distorted into a fuzz running in parallel. So it can be very interesting, like trying it can be pretty subtle, but definitely the sounds are different than if you were just going from one pedal into another. Yeah, and then from there I go into another delay because that was, I don't know, I don't remember when it was. I think it was like a year or two ago. I just decided like, I want 2 delays.
So, delay rocks. It's the best.
Yeah. So which is the Strymon Brig, which in terms of,
is that like the Bucket Brigade one?
Yeah, which is also like what the Ana Echo is also a Bucket Brigade. And in terms of like emulation of Bucket Brigade, not just of the sound, but also like how they behave when you like crank the feedback and change the time and stuff like that. I think the Brig is like miles away from everything else that I've tried.
Strymon is really good at what they do.
Same thing where like the kind of brand where for a long time I was like, this is just for like lawyers and dentists, like whatever. Like if you can't be okay with like some electroharmonic thing, like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And at some point you have to.
You gotta try it.
Even if you just like if you watch some of the videos of like the main designer like walking you through everything, I mean, you can tell like.
Well, yeah, like the thought they put into everything. Yeah, it's just
yeah. No, like, I mean, even like on the Brig, there's like 3 different modes for like what kind of pedal is emulating, and there's like a half an hour video where he's just talking about like, okay, so this is more like this kind of Bucket Brigade, where like it sounds like this because they're doing this type of filtering to the signal before it hits the, like, really just getting into like every single part of the pedal, not just like, oh yeah, like analog delays are darker or something. Like, no, there's like what and which kind, and like really getting into the details. So I mean, you can hear like how much effort goes into it, like how seriously they take emulating the things. So it's great because of that, but then also it is all digital. So like I can control anything with an expression pedal. So that has been great, like just having the option of like playing something and then like slowly cranking the feedback with my feet. And also it has tails, so I can then like turn it off, and then I just have that going, and I can play on top of it without it being modified by it. So and then if I'm playing solo, I'll go from the Brig stereo out into the 2 inputs of the HX Stomp. If I'm doing the metal band, then it's only mono because I need the other input of the HX Stomp for the bass path. Then the HX Stomp, I've changed a lot like how I've used it. I feel like, especially for improvisation, it used to be more like I would have like very different like presets, and I would choose a preset before I would start playing, which is cool. I mean, like some of the presets that I've made, I still really like really getting into like, oh, what is this like world going to be? And like, oh, I can put this and that, and like almost like if it was a different pedal. But I don't know. I feel like eventually I just feel like, no, I just want to have kind of like a default,
like an amp tone or whatever, and then
or like an amp and like a couple pedals.
That's kind of what I did with mine when I had it. Was basically set up as like as a compact little pedal board. Because I got to use one that had 2 extra switches on it too, so it was like like 5 switches.
Yeah, so I mean, for the improvisation stuff, I'm mainly just running like 2 amps, so stereo, and then before the amps is like a reverse delay, a bit crusher, and a ring mod. So like very very standard effects that everybody loves.
The classic board. Everyone's first board.
Yeah. Reverse delay, a bit crusher, ring mod. And I mean, I usually don't use them at the same time. Like I have them mapped differently to expression.
It's dangerous to use them at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, especially like if I'm doing anything with expression pedals, like I don't want to be thinking like, oh, are the are this compatible?
Mhm.
Like when the pedal is at max and I have this on the ring mod, does that sound good with the same setting on the bit crusher or something? Like it's just too much. And yeah, so I mean the HX Stomp is also like my amp. Like I sometimes use amps, but if I'm playing at home, I'm just running it straight into the interface and then through the monitors or headphones. And if I go somewhere where they have a PA, I just plug into the PA. And then in the effects loop of the HX Stomp is the Context, right? Yeah.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah. Context by Red Panda. Yeah, I don't know. I have been thinking about getting a different reverb for a while, and I wanted something that could go a bit crazier. And it was interesting because I had tried the Context years ago, and it seemed kind of confusing. I don't know. And then I tried it again, kind of like on a whim. They had one in a local store that was a little bit cheaper, and yeah, I don't know. And suddenly this time it just made sense. Like it felt like every mode, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Like this sounds like this sounds like that. If I want more of this, turn this knob. Like I mean, there's still a lot of options, but it felt pretty clear, like how to get what I wanted. And it has some very fun stuff. Like you can do like sort of a reverse reverb.
Oh, cool.
Like it's yeah. I mean, it is kind of just like I think it's combining like an envelope volume thing with the reverb. That sounds really fun. Or it also has kind of like a more granular, but also like kind of like old-fashioned granular. Like it doesn't sound too good, which I like. Yeah, and then from there it goes into the Microcosm by Hologram.
I'm so sad I sold mine.
And yeah, I use that both, like the effects and the looper. Like it is my main looper. If I'm doing improvisation stuff, it has become like an important part of how I play now. Just being able to like lay some texture or something and then keep going on top of that. Especially if I'm playing solo, it's just super helpful.
Yeah. That's a great pedal. Yeah, that pedal's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, but yeah, talking about what you were saying about the lost and found, I feel the same way about the Microcosm. Like, I feel like every year maybe I learn how to use like one or two more modes. Yeah, and that's about it.
I do remember with the Microcosm when I had it, there were a couple settings where it's like where it was hard for me to imagine how to ever use this in a
yeah. No, same. I mean, there's
in
like
a musical way at least, where it's just like
yeah. There's some one, I can't remember what the mode is, but it's kind of like a sequencer like thing where it's like grabbing samples and then like reorganizing them rhythmically, but then it's also kind of like shifting them up and down.
It was hard live for sure for me, where it was like
yeah. But I mean, like a mode like that is very upfront. Yeah. Like it's like, okay, this is now the sound. Like whatever else you're doing, like this is the main course now. So yeah, so like that one, for example, but then some others that are as intense, I really like. Like it has like the interrupt mode, which is like the super glitchy one. And if I'm using that, I have it like full wet. Like I only want the glitch. And yeah, so you keep playing, and sometimes you're hearing yourself, sometimes not. Sometimes it just like grabs onto something and it just keeps repeating it. And then the looper is also fun in that you can change if it's before or after the effects.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So it is kind of confusing, but like you can even do stuff like go through one effect, record that in the loop, then place the looper before the effects, and then run that loop through a different effect. Yeah. So yeah, or even like change the loop, like make it backwards and double speed or something, and then run into a different effect. So yeah, it can get pretty crazy. Oh yeah, and then I forgot to mention, between the Fuzzrocious custom pedal and the brig, sometimes I put a distortion on the floor.
Oh,
So I just run a cable down into distortion and then back up, mainly for the metal band,
yeah.
because like there are some times when I just need
Another gain.
like on and off. Yeah. So yeah, and I just don't have time to reach and do it with my hands. Oh yeah, and then obviously like there's some expression pedals on the floor and stuff, but we don't have to get into that. Yeah, I think that's it. And I'm pretty sure that we've been talking about this for a long time. It feels like.
And you're happy with your setup? Are you pretty satisfied with where it's at?
Yeah. I'm also done.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm never buying another pedal.
All right. That's the Stompboxing promise.
All right. Do you want to move into music recommendations?
Sure.
All right. You can go first. Yeah.
So what I've been listening to a little bit is I just did a Bill Frisell tribute show. So I was digging into his music and his record, Have a Little Faith. I think it's from '93.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a record full of a wide array of American composers, but that spans from like Aaron Copland to Madonna and anywhere in between.
Nice.
And it's a cool ensemble too. There's some just like trio stuff with it's a really fun trio with Bill and Kermit Driscoll on bass, and then Joey Barron on drums. They have a really fun, playful vibe together. But then there's like accordion and cello and some other horns and stuff. So it's some really fun textures. Yeah, like they do the Billy the Kid suite from Aaron Copland.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's this weird mix of jazz and avant-garde, and there's like a 10-minute version of Live to Tell by Madonna that gets all weird and out there and free, and it's super fun. Yeah, nice. Bill has made so much good music and so much varied music too. So it's like endless with him. Yeah.
Nice.
How about you?
Yeah, he also lives near me.
I believe he moved back to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was living in
he was in Seattle for a long time. Yeah.
Well, technically it's not Seattle. It's Bainbridge
Island. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a different island. You have to take a ferry to get there. Okay, interesting. I kept thinking every time that I go to Bainbridge, I was like, where are you? Also, Bainbridge is where they invented pickleball.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
So who knows? Maybe Bill Frisell was one of the first pickleball players, and we just don't know. Well, also kind of local to me. I've been going through some Carp records. Carp with a K, so Karp.
I know Carp.
Yeah, not a lot of people do. So this is, a lot of people know the Melvins.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a moment when the Melvins were a 4-piece with 2 drummers. This is like in the 2010s or so. Probably, I would say some of the best records that they've done. So when that was that configuration, the 2 new guys, quote unquote, they also have a band called Big Business that is just bass, who's also singing, and drums.
Okay.
And depending on some of the records, they were a trio and stuff, but like they're the only members that have always been there. So the bass player from Big Business, Jared Warren, his first band was Carp.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very, interesting mix of like, I think on Wikipedia they just call it like post-hardcore.
Okay.
Which I guess is accurate, but
I feel like sometimes genre descriptions or genres don't really convey much to me.
Yeah, it is pretty Melvins. Like if you like Melvins, you probably like Carp. Like this kind of like mix between like heavier, slower, like sludgy metal, but then also like a little punk. And but then Carp is also very childish in a way. Like it's a lot of almost like screaming stuff that could be a nursery rhyme, or just some absurd lyrics. And like some of the songs, he would be almost like there's this repeated riff and this lyrics that is maybe also just like a verse and a chorus, and that's it. And they just keep coming back. And the way they're playing it, I don't even know if it was planned or if it's just like, oh, we're just gonna keep playing this, like hit record. We're just gonna play this like 5 times. Yeah, and like so each time is a little bit different, and like sometimes you can hear like people like coming in and like maybe even like somebody else in the band like, oh, okay, we're doing that again. Or especially with the vocals, like when exactly does this sentence start or something. But that's what I mean. It's like this almost like playground thing, but at the same time like very heavy and so I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just super fun. And also I was thinking about this because Jared's bass tone is very interesting. And I'm still trying to figure out like what is it that, because even comparing like how he sounds in the Melvins and how he sounds in Big Business, and then in Carp, like there are some elements that I feel like are still there. And I think I was watching some interview, and I think it might be that he always plays a jazz bass, and he was talking about using the bridge pickup, but then turning the tone very low.
That reminds me of something.
But then,
Steve Grismore, my guitar teacher, at some point in college, was telling me, like one of Frizzell's sounds was to do bridge pickup and then turn tone like pretty much all the way down.
Interesting.
And it is an interesting kind of thing.
Well, but also because this is then running into distortion pedals and distorted amps, so it's like you hear like you're getting all the highs from the pedals and the amps, but there's something like very synthy about it. And I think it's like you still have the definition from the bridge pickup, but like none of the
like
pick attack or anything. Yeah. So I don't know. Like it's just something where like every time that I listen to it, it's like, oh yeah, that's the sound that you have, and like I don't know anybody else who sounds like that. But yeah, so if anybody's interested in Carp, I'll recommend the last album that they put out was 1997, and it's called Self-Titled LP. So it's not called Carp. It is called Self-Titled LP.
I love that. That's a good bit.
I mean, yeah, that kind of gives you a vibe of the kind of humor of the band. All right. Well, that was our second episode.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for I was saying it, Dan.
I thought I was the host.
Oh my God. All right. We'll argue about that.
Third episode's going to be a doozy. All right. Thanks for listening to Stompboxing.
That's when we fight.
The big fight episode. All right. Until next time, I'm Dan.
I'm Carlos.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.